We might see Naoya's first loss pretty soon, not to some veteran, but to the 29-year-old prodigy Brandon Figueroa.
Fulton using the jab, and Figueroa thought he had a knockdown.
The Heartbreaker who has ripped apart every fighter he has ever faced.
Uppercuts diversifying his attack. Left hook upstairs. Castro goes down for the second time.
He doesn't knock you out with one punch. He drowns you. Round after round, punch after punch, until your body quits. Relentless pace, suffocating pressure with no escape. If Naoya moves up to face this monster, it won't be another highlight reel. It'll be survival for the monster Inoue, and you're about to see exactly why Brandon Figueroa is the nightmare waiting in the new division. From the very victims of Naoya, the first person is Luis Neri, a professional Mexican boxer with 28 knockouts in his career. But this time, he wasn't just facing any regular boxer. He wasn't just fighting Brandon. This was a fight for legacy, as both were undefeated champions. But nobody knew that the less experienced Brandon would take Luis's WBC Super Bantamweight title tonight.
Referee Thomas Taylor, professional bout, one of the best young referees. Harry in the black with white and gold trim, fighting from the southpaw stance. Brandon Figueroa, white with blue trim.
Switched twice back and forth from righty to lefty.
Opponent with body shots.
Good job.
Round stairs. Figueroa normally lands 30% of his punches that he lands to the body. He might want to even up that.
You know, he's not just forcing his punches. He's
Stupid lefties, but maybe in the process of switching.
With his power, although Figueroa also has power. We wonder if Figueroa... And so far, he's definitely a close quarters, rough and tumble here.
Neri in this match, and it's allowing him to do things like work that body when he gets in there.
They exchange uppercuts to the body. Great exchange there. Neri attacking the body, then going upstairs.
The first round wasn't much in Brandon's favor, and Luis also pushed him to the canvas in the final seconds, but this just infuriated Brandon's rage even more.
The bell in round two. Brandon Figueroa right hand before they clinch.
Stop.
Referee calls
Body shot.
Neri just misses with that lead left and lands
On the inside and positioning, and he's going to have to decide when do I break and when do I not break. Good body.
paid dividends in his career as he continues to hunt Neri. Neri continuing to feed him body shots.
Again, this is barely the second round, and it's short distance. Inside fight favors Neri.
He established his power here at the...
Neri is pulling back effectively, creating a space that at times you get to let it.
Figueroa in the lefty stance, starting to find a hole for that left hand, but now Neri's going after it.
Under in the frame, and Figueroa just lunging forward and... A couple of left hands from left hook by Figueroa. Another left hook lands on the...
In round two, Brandon jumps back into action and lands some good shots on Luis Neri with devastating power.
Therapy regime. And now leaning in, and he and Neri exchange
In this fight, but you know, and the question is how to try to head there.
Figueroa one fight removed from the draw with and Moises Flores, but really facing the biggest
weight than Figueroa.
And this goes to the punches that Figueroa was throwing. Now, on the other hand, Figueroa...
Neri loves to flip the zone with punches.
Figueroa's found a home for the left hand, though. There's the right
And there's
hand.
a right hand that lands.
But there's also some...
There's a left uppercut that lands for Figueroa.
Wow. Some of the...
Back is when he gets caught with Figueroa's punches. Just like that.
From the southpaw stance, Neri misses with that.
In round three, Brandon took on a more defensive approach, and while the viewers thought that Brandon had given up, he was just collecting data and waiting for the right opportunity to strike.
Round the ring, thinking of getting to the final bell, and 210 power attempts and 739 combined power.
Defensive issues that sometimes Figueroa has had. He was hit 373 times in that fight, so... Nice work by Figueroa, though.
Yeah, neither of them known for a lot of defense. Difficult.
No, when we talk about Figueroa being gold, sometimes he's aggressive and he doesn't throw as much, or he tries to and he smothers his punches. So he's got to take care of that.
Good stuff here. Right hand lands for Neri at mid-range. And Figueroa again almost.
Yes.
Straight, not so much looping punches that he keeps missing.
And gave himself the distance.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh,
There's a right hand that lands. Left uppercut lands on the inside for Neri. And a left hook by Neri.
This is the...
We know Figueroa has a left uppercut right from Figueroa, utilizing his footwork. They may be.
In round 4, Brandon started to find his momentum. He was more loose, landing some good shots, and he started to find his rhythm.
97 punches per round.
Underused punch by him, and he doesn't, oh my.
Exactly the time where you got to make adjustments already.
Hands landed for Neri, and then
Mr. Inoue from Japan gets that nod.
The monster.
In, create a space where you don't smother your punch a lot, and he's making them pay.
More of a matador.
Clean puncher, you could say, instead of just throwing bombs.
Got the jab out of mothballs, and there it is again.
Now Figueroa's head hunting too much.
Dan goes upstairs, lands a left. Figueroa goes here in the 5th. Straight left to the body by Neri.
Here in that last round, he did go downstairs. That was a left hand that kind of...
At the age of 14, debuted as a pro at the age of 18. Neri moves to his...
Same with that body shot. There it is. Release.
Minute two's going to the body. Then now Neri along the rope. Southpaw stance.
Figueroa's giving himself a little more room to punch, and that's why all straight. I think Neri is arm punching more now than he did.
Finally came round 7, and also the final round for Luis Neri.
Of course, they have been going back and forth on social media as we begin round 7. 22-pound division will resemble that wonderful era of the hands.
40% of his power punches. He's landing
at the halfway point.
I have it 4 rounds to 2, Mo. 58-56 for Neri. I can explain the difference in this fight pretty easily. Shoot it in virtually every exchange, and that's why I have Neri ahead.
Oh, of Luis Neri.
And to Brother Steve's point, 7 by Neri, 10 by Figueroa.
Figueroa starting to land some good shots upstairs, Abner.
Yeah, Figueroa definitely bringing it.
Much was your point, as Hal said about Steve, more than 1,000 power punches thrown already. We are in round number 7. And Neri.
There's been a subtle shift in this round.
Under a minute left of the 7. Neri goes down for the 4th time.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Brandon Figueroa has just stopped Luis Neri.
A vicious blow to the body catches him on the liver, and Luis Neri has no other option but to go to the canvas. Brandon wins the WBC Super Bantamweight title, ends Luis's undefeated streak, and moves on to fight the cool boy Fulton for the WBO Super Bantamweight Championship. On November 27, 2021, in the MGM Arena, the whole world gathered to witness the fight of the legacy. Brandon Figueroa went head-to-head with Stephen Fulton for the WBC Super Bantamweight and WBO Super Bantamweight titles. Not only that, both fighters were undefeated in their entire careers, so this battle would also determine who's the best bantamweight in the world.
Oh, this is what both men have worked their entire careers. Fulton predicted this fight is his defense. Felt that coming into this one. Every fighter believes that from Fulton connecting. Another right, getting through the defense easily for Fulton. And now Figueroa more. In my favor, Figueroa. Figueroa's typically a slow starter. He was against Neri.
No.
This is going to be a dogfight.
Your hands free.
There's a short right from Figueroa. Couldn't even hear the corners.
Go ahead, Steven.
And there is Fulton able to catch Figueroa as he came in with the cross connected for Figueroa. But Fulton was able to counter. Now Fulton with the straight right coming in.
Let him go.
Now Fulton again with the straight right backing Figueroa. As Russell Mora trying to break it up, but Figueroa wants to press Fulton up against the ropes. Was able to knock him back with the big uppercut, knocking Figueroa back, but Figueroa with a big left, knocking Fulton back. And Fulton on the retreat. Figueroa presses forward. Fulton with the...
In round 2, Brandon starts to find his momentum. He lands some good shots on the cool boy, and the tide starts to shift in his favor.
And now Fulton ducks under, both men off balance. And there's Figueroa with the triple jab, followed with short chopping shots. Fulton with a big uppercut, but Figueroa stays on Fulton. And there's a huge uppercut. Fulton sits on the ropes. And that's where Figueroa wants Fulton. Fulton trying to tie him up, but as we see Figueroa trying to dig into the body with little uppercuts. As Figueroa now trying to create some space, uses his speed again. And now Figueroa trying to time with the uppercut. A huge body shot, and Figueroa is able to dig into Fulton. Short right hook by Fulton, left hook by Figueroa.
In round 3, Stephen Fulton starts to make a comeback. He lands some vicious blows on Figueroa's chin. Both fighters were on the same level, but Brandon's chin took all of Fulton's punches like a piece of cake.
By Russell Mora, quit holding so well, constantly coming forward no matter what. And there's a big right hook. Oh, it just eats it. A jab by Fulton. Figueroa bites down on that mouthpiece. Hasn't connected, overhand right, just grazed Fulton as he backs away. And now Figueroa. There you see Fulton trying to work. Body shot by Figueroa. Fulton again using his round for Fulton as he is starting to overtake Figueroa here. And it's timing as Figueroa digs into the far. And there is that big left hook by Fulton. But as you see, I mean, if I heard correctly, forward, short right hook by Fulton connected. Figueroa trying to get into the body.
Punches up. Fulton punches up.
Switch things around as immediately Figueroa goes to the body. Fulton was able to the body again. Uppercut from Fulton, but now this is where Figueroa wants Fulton. He's in the corner on the ropes. Left hook from Figueroa. Uppercut from Fulton. Continues to work. Right hook from this chin is insane. And there is Figueroa trying to overtake. Great jab. Figueroa now starting to pour it on. Going to the body. Continues to focus in on the body. Fulton trying to...
By round 5, Brandon was becoming more aggressive with each passing second. He was landing more jabs with more precision and accuracy. But just when everyone thought that Stephen was long gone, he decided to make a comeback.
Your hands.
He's like, I got an iron chin too. A huge left hook from Fulton. Figueroa
Punches up.
just peppering and peppering, using that left hook again. Figueroa again, unloading with the combination. Flurry, trying over, right there in the grill. Figueroa trying to wear down Fulton. He senses it. Going to the body, but Fulton is trying a huge left uppercut. Fulton trying to counter, using his speed. Corner. Uppercut landed for Figueroa. Coming forward. End of round 6. Big smile for Figueroa. And there is that uppercut with the chopping left. And then another uppercut from Figueroa. This is a brutal style. Both of these guys back. And tries to back away using the jab. And now Figueroa eats a big right side on the body. Huge right. Has it moved back once. As he again has trying to rip in. Fulton has made it a point to, he understands that Figueroa's got some vicious body shot. Now pressing Fulton against the ropes. Left cross by Figueroa. Big right connected for Fulton. Both men landed shots at the same time. Fulton using the jab. And Figueroa thought he had a knockdown, but Going to the body, another left hook, but Figueroa has Fulton against the ropes again. Now, Figueroa going forward again, going to the body. And now Figueroa really trying to go to work, and he has Fulton against the ropes, bodies being dug, and Fulton took.
Just when Brandon was about to finish Stephen Fulton, the bell saved him just in time. However, things would not go as Brandon had planned.
And there's Figueroa back into the body, digging into the body. Fulton has got shots. Fulton fighting in on the inside.
Let go.
But he has eaten some big shots. Left hook from Figueroa. Uppercut by Finn in the center of the ring, but now, just as I say that, Figueroa backs Fulton up. He eats a huge jab, another big jab. He senses at the end, he's trying to finish off Fulton. Fulton, a warrior. He stayed. Fulton was hurt. He was noticeably hurt there.
Round 10 was very good for Brandon as he landed a bunch of combinations on Fulto, but the bell saved him yet again.
Dodge and move, stick and move for Fulton. Fulton pressed against the corner, left hook, big uppercut now from Figueroa. But Fulton trying to use the jab of his own, stick and move. And final round to determine the unified WB.
Let go.
Back in his face, uppercut, rip into the body. Fulton, huge right hook for Fulton, but then he's chases the jab. I believe Fulton stuck his tongue out a little bit. Figueroa letting everything go. So is Fulton. He eats a straight jab.
In the end, Fulton wins the fight, and he is crowned as the double champion. But Brandon wasn't happy with the decision, as everyone in the audience knew who deserved it.
We good. Everybody here know who won. Who strapped up? Exactly. Who strapped up? These your fans.
To moving up, as you had said before the fight.
Nah, moving up.
You don't want to do this again this way.
I do, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's a robbery. Like, not even a draw or nothing. It was.
The next victim on the list is Carlos Castro, who was also a banger in the Almadome, Texas. Both fighters, with only a single loss, were facing each other, and although it wasn't a title fight, the hype was beyond what people had imagined, and Brandon was there to shock the world. Once again,
Brandon, the Heartbreaker! Czar, who once trained Oscar de la Hoya, scheduled for 12 at 126 pounds. And a
matchup, and in the first round, as a lefty, of course, Castro was knocked down by.
Want to consider hazard pace, and Figueroa has thrown. Well, you talk about around 13 times, career high, 170.
When it comes to throwing punches, he's also a guy that throws really good combinations. He's counter-punching, so we'll see how he looks tonight.
Double jab from Castro, lands level of opposition, following their first losses and a move up in weight. You mean he's going to use his physical.
He's going to be a little more selective in his punches.
He's switching stances, of which he's shocks of all shocks. Less than a minute left. Figueroa's thrown 20.
About throwing shots.
Good exchange, and again. Castro, nice jab to the body by Castro.
And he's gonna walk right into that punch, so keep throwing that.
Down early in the fight against Neri in the first round, but good first round for both. Round number 2, and Castro comes out, thrushes. Nice jab again, splitting the goal.
You gotta love how Figueroa switches to left-hander just instantly, like automatic.
He won the title against Neri from the southpaw stance with a left hand.
And that's great. That's what you want to do against a Figueroa that pressures a lot.
Now here's where Castro wants to keep him.
Right hand to the body by. And yet the output half of what we're used to from both guys. To the body by Castro again, going to the body, making that
straight right hand because Figueroa keeps coming straight. He walks in straight.
Nice right. And almost 20 more punches than Castro here in round 2, but Castro's connected with 42%.
Figueroa was landing more and more shots, and he was just getting more and more aggressive with each passing second. meaning that the end is near for the undefeated Carlos.
Boxing effectively.
And he's doing a good job of sticking that right hand to the body of Figueroa.
Very much.
Yeah, and even when they're in the inside, he finds a way to land his inside punch.
Defense on display from Castro, and both of them not known for their defense, but Figueroa find the range to get inside, but it's Figueroa going to the body.
And when you look at this is everything other than the jab, and it is intriguing.
The volume that he brings in, he might even get Castro out of rhythm. Dude, look,
there he's got Castro on the ropes, and Figueroa opening up on Castro. Uppercuts diversifying his attack. Left hook upstairs. Castro goes down. Second consecutive fight.
5, 6, 7, 8. No.
Figueroa unloading on Carlos Castro, trying to block, but he's pasted along the ropes. And Figueroa just winding up and teeing off. Not a lot of defense from Carlos Castro. Figueroa's thrown 107.
This is the Figueroa we have seen before.
Right uppercut by Castro, who seems to have left in what has been a terrific third for Brandon Figueroa. Just 50 for Castro. The Weslica whirlwind.
In round 3, Carlos's life flashes before his eyes as Brandon puts him to the canvas for the second time in his career. However, Carlos barely manages to beat the count at 9 just to get up and face a barrage of punches by the Heartbreaker Figueroa. Both fighters know that sooner or later, a knockout is coming.
We were just talking about him finding his groove, getting his momentum.
Castro starting this round out, throwing lots of jabs,
starting to find a home for that punch as well. Pressure on him, but now Castro coming back and lands a right uppercut on the inside.
Figueroa from coming forward, but nothing works. Nothing works for Figueroa.
No one's been successful.
He took a lot of punches because Figueroa will come forward.
Castro trying to do that with the jab now, Abner. Neck of Castro holding him in place for those shots. And Castro again trying to find an escape route.
Yeah, and you know,
Figueroa leaning in from the southpaw stance now.
Is back in this fight. He's fighting well.
That's what 100 and the hand speed of both fighters on display here in the fourth. 4 rounds. Another uppercut and crash into each other in the center of the ring. I'm hearing Jim Gray's mic.
He may well have won it, but whatever it was, he got himself back in this fight.
Nice combination by Figueroa upstairs, but
yeah, Castro definitely found his way to fight out of. But he's doing a great boxing right now.
Box out.
Side steps from Castro. There it is.
Castro putting the pressure on Figueroa
as well in the third round.
And Castro again was 43. So despite being a little stylistically different from Figueroa, he's known for his output as well. And
absolutely
makes for a fan-friendly fight, although he's trapped on the rope.
Yeah, boy, it is. Oh wow!
Great movement for Castro. He's using angles, moving lateral. The inside punches, uppercuts.
Fantastic fifth round. Castro. Both of them having their moments.
In round 5, both fighters were going head-to-head with each landing everything they had left in the tank, and it looked like anyone's game at the moment. But Brandon has already decided the fate of this match.
Castro has, which is Robert Alcazar.
Counter right uppercut landed for Castro.
And he's known for that. He's a great teacher.
For the second consecutive round, Castro comes up firing and out chucking. Brandon Figueroa is trying to find a way to keep Figueroa and Carlos Castro. Castro has Figueroa on the ropes now. Coming up in the final minute of the 6th.
Normally not Figueroa on the ropes, but Castro put him there.
And there's the dead hands on the left, and now Figueroa turning the tables, literally and perhaps figuratively here in the final minute of the 6th. The referee steps in. Brandon Figueroa.
Carlos was making good progress, but in the blink of an eye, Brandon flipped sides and started dismantling Castro's face, so the referee had to stop the match. On September 30th, 2018, Brandon faced Oscar Escandon, an older fighter with more experience and wins under his belt. But unlike Brandon, he had been defeated many times, so Brandon was confident that he would defeat him.
The biggest test of his career.
To be honest, focused, more willing to spend time in the ring and better his craft until now. And you know, I tell him to look at my career as an example, and hopefully he...
Because he was 20 years old. We've been watching him on FS1, and now that he's got it incorrected, that he feels like he can really make some moves.
Yeah, I mean, that's... I mean, And so it's something that holds you back. It doesn't let you flow correctly. And like I said, lately I've seen him very determined, and he's going to put him away quick.
He's trained by your father. Right now, Brandon Figueroa, your younger brother, has his hands full with Oscar Escandon.
He's been in tough fights before. He's fought strong opponents. He held the title as well, so it should be a good test.
Chukstu Nayamba, we saw him in Biloxi, Mississippi. I'm on Brandon Figueroa next, so we'll see if that fight matriculates. If your brother Figueroa.
10 seconds, 10 segundos.
Using the height advantage, Brandon keeps at a distance from Oscar and starts jabbing to give no breathing room to his opponent.
The fact that Escandon has 13 more fights than him, and look at that, they've taken him down. This is not MMA.
In round 2, Oscar pushes Brandon to the floor, which pisses off the Heartbreaker.
Myself. Doubling up on the jab, though, is Brandon Figueroa.
You know, he's doing a lot of strength and conditioning, bulking up. You know, he came down to 122 pounds.
They are fighting in a phone booth, and they don't exist anymore, gentlemen. Snapping in with a big left hook, and Brandon smiles.
Coming, so you smile.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, every once in a while.
Yeah, it's kind of like giving the other guy props, like, all right, you got me.
Well, you learn to deal with it.
Yeah. Ray Flores, Escandon, they are battling.
Never heard that one. They're spinning.
Yeah, I know.
See, the thing about us is that we're so comfortable being on the situations like these. You know, this guy has a lot more experience than Brandon. He needs to, he needs to use his ad credit for that.
I'm sure you guys have had your fair share of some quality sparring sessions, Omar.
Definitely.
Ref warning Escandon about keeping them up. Nice left hook to the solar plexus of Escandon. And Figueroa, a left hook. He is fighting on the inside, but he is getting tagged by Big Larry. You know, he looks like a model for crying out loud, but he's seen.
After the first warning, Oscar goes low once again. This infuriated Brandon even more, and he decided to go on a rampage.
Brandon Figueroa, here's some of the work from the third.
Yeah, Figueroa, he's fighting real good on the inside.
A left hook to the body, followed by a right hand that he thinks he's going to get a knockout. He said before the fourth round, so distance keep. Oh, big combination there by Brandon Figueroa. He checked.
Should be keeping right there. That's perfect.
It's that mid-range game. Figueroa, then a laser straight left. That back to, oh my goodness, Escandon is hurt. He got lit up by a big shot from Brandon Figueroa. Right, nice right hand. Back comes Escandon as he clobbered Figueroa with the right hand. And they both are by Figueroa. Heavy right hand.
And everything, and it's harder to fight back going backwards than it is going forward, so that's why we try to push that.
Nice hook spin in Figueroa. What a shot there right on the belt line.
He handled it very well. You know, didn't get out of control. He just stuck to his game plan.
Well, I guess they exist in the center of the ring here at the Citizens Business Bank Arena. We have found one on both corners. Ray Flores, Omar Figueroa into the 9th round as a professional. So this is why he put in sparring rounds. Nice right hand that landed by Figueroa. He looks to be extremely fresh too.
But like I said, you know, my brother's as tough as they come. I've sparred him many times.
Ontario. That brings it close to round 9.
I wish Brandon realized that left-handed.
With just a minute and a half left on the clock, everyone thought the match would go to the judge's decision, but Brandon landed a lucky shot that ended everything in a second.
No, he's still having high volume rounds also, so.
Oh, and there's a shot, down goes Escandon! Oh my goodness, he's out! This one is over! As the Heartbreaker!
Just like that, Brandon wins his 17th match with no losses at all. One of the latest victims of Brandon's assault is Gonzalez, a former featherweight champion with 26 wins and 15 knockouts. However, he had 5 defeats while Brandon was only defeated by Steven earlier, so he was confident that he could pull off this match as well.
When you change not only the voice, but in this case, it's your dad's.
You know what, it's hard. My dad started learning new things, and that's when I started doing the switch. Figueroa, lasted.
To be not just reborn under Robles, but a return to the Figueroa that we all know. In fact, he told us, I want to give you guys...
Brandon Figueroa, but in tonight against Joet.
Expecting a really, really good fight.
All 4 of Gonzalez's career defeats have come.
Arnold Kagai, a rugged fighter who...
Beautiful hook right there from Gonzalez.
This is the Figueroa.
That's a great left hook and right uppercut. Manny Robles' squad, so he knows him extremely well.
Yeah, Manny Robles has been around land tonight against Gonzalez, but again, Gonzalez who fights some
amateur pedigree that has really given him that foundation to be competitive in these title fights. He has 2 amateur wins.
Others his own offense.
Yes.
He gets in too close and
in a way that height advantage that he normally shares in the divisions he's competed.
Advantage much, but yes, he needs to fight at a distance where his punches are going to
on his punches and allowing Gonzalez to do the work. So there you see how Gonzalez separates and lands a sharp right.
There it is again.
And he's protecting because he's cut from Gonzalez. Good work from Joet here in the second round. Great adjustments.
Both fighters were going toe-to-toe with each other, and neither of them wanted to give up just yet. It looked like the battle would go on for all 12 rounds.
Wants it more, and right now, to be honest, he's outworking Figueroa.
I know where your head is.
You do have to wonder how long it does take a fighter to get comfortable with the new trainer.
Gonzalez, we're gonna see the uppercut that was landing really nice, short, and then, whoa, he faked that uppercut and it came back.
Round 4 ended mostly in Gonzalez's favor, as he landed some good combinations, but Brandon was just waiting for the right moment to make a comeback.
Nice body work there from Figueroa.
2-3 jabs to the face. And you would think, right, that after so many years you would learn this. That I like the most from Manny Pacquiao is when he got knocked out against Mark.
Our unofficial score, Larry Hazard, has this fight 4-0 in favor of the eye, and that's helpful. But you don't see Figueroa taking advantage by trying to throw that left. Nice body work again from Joet on the inside. Ooh, but look at that flurry. You can't let somebody shoe shine you in the center.
But you think that Joet Gonzalez is going to get intimidated by Figueroa?
Joet's able to do in this round is the punch variety.
It was getting brutal with every passing second. Still, both fighters were giving it all they had left in the tank.
He's not used to somebody throwing 3 punches to his 2.
Punches. I mean, right now he's just getting out hustled by a guy that kind of fights just like Gonzalez is, like landing like those type of shots right there to the body and then up to the head. He's really out punching Brandon, which is unusual.
A single jab from them, they're all been body shots, uppercuts, short punches in the inside, but no.
7 rounds of action.
As you can see by those CompuBox stats, it's
Robles because he's been giving different instructions for Brandon Figueroa to follow, and yet it's pretty much been the same Brandon. Here he comes out firing downstairs.
And a lot of these fights he won, so it can also mean that this isn't a fighter that's deteriorating.
Herb Estrada doing a great job keeping him in this fight. That's a solid right hand.
By round 8, Gonzalez was leading the fight, but Brandon wasn't going to give up that easily.
And that was a solid right uppercut from Joet.
The problem I have with Figueroa's game plan is how many times can you watch the same thing not work, not get the best of your opponent.
In round 10, Brandon starts to bounce back.
Let's see how Herbie Estrada goes to work on those cuts and swelling.
¿Cuál es ese? A ver. Don't get careless. Come on, don't careless. Come on. Keep your right hand out because he wants to catch you with a hook.
Here we go.
Look at Figueroa with a running start with that right hand of the body.
And the face of Joet Gonzalez does not tell the story of this fight. This is what he needed earlier on in this fight. This is the fight that we expected from Figueroa. Him to show his fight class, him to show his experience. He's doing it in the championship rounds.
After a long and hard-fought battle, the judges reveal their card, and the fight ends in Brandon's favor, giving him his 26th career win